everyone, I'm Terry.
I'm Angel.
And I'm Mom.
And we got a special treat for you today. Mom, what are we making?
We're making porridge.
Mom is back by very popular demand. You all are so kind and you've been asking about her. She's doing wonderful, as you can see. Running circles around all of us, like I told you many years ago. It hasn't stopped. So Mom is back by popular demand. She's going to cook an amazing meal for you that our grandson says, every time he smells it. Everybody eats it. She can't make enough of it.
He cannot get enough.
And so she said, I want to share this recipe, which I think is so special. And then she's going to share what she's been doing for the past 3 years in her whole food plant-based life, and her small journey with doing raw and what she's learned and all that. So it's going to be a great show, Mom. I'm really looking
Absolutely.
forward.
We are so blessed to have her here.
Yes. So, all right, Mom, take it over.
So if you saw the easy peasy video, it's gone right along with that. This is probably one of my new favorite things, and my granddaughter's here too. She came with me from Texas, and she loves it, and she's not even plant-based.
That's right.
But anyway, so going through the raw and the journey and everything, we found oat groats. I think I was actually making cookies, which is no surprise to anybody. And we don't get any money for this or anything, but these guys are great. It's called Food for Life. Just Google that. And all the stuff's in the back. These are oat groats, but they carry everything. They ship it for free, and they don't charge you tax. And I know they don't have tax in this state, but they do in our state. Anyway, and they send it right away. They have tons of stuff. Anyway, on with the commercial. But this is, and their prices are crazy reasonable.
And huge servings. Look how big this bag
Well,
is.
yeah, and then they have small portions, and then you'll see on there as you go down, the bigger the bag, obviously the cheaper per pound. But these guys are great. They work with you, and you get on their mail list, you get 15% discount on top of free shipping and everything else, and they do specials all the time. Anyway, it's a great company, Food to Live. Amazon carries it, but it's better to buy it direct from them.
Great.
Anyway, so we're gonna make.
But like she said, oat groats, because these are in the rawest, most healthiest form. They are not processed. They are the actual groats, and we
they're
are
not
just
rolled.
in
They're
love
not
with
steel cut.
Nothing. They're not, because steel cut oats are these oats cut with steel. So somebody cut them, and then the rolled oats are more.
They roll them over with that.
Right.
Oats are good any way you eat them, but these are the most wholesome.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And I'm not going to make it today. Maybe I'll put it on Angel's app, but I make these in a sweet form too, with mangoes or any kind of fruit. And anyway, we'll go over that. But today I'm going to make a savory one, which is, I love starting the day with something savory. I usually make a pot this big home a little bit bigger, and it lasts me a couple days, but everybody likes it here, so it just lasts like maybe to the afternoon.
Maybe, because they're.
If you're lucky, right?
Yeah.
My grandson ate half this pot the other day and just.
Angel's gonna put the recipe. Angel and Terry will connect it somehow by magic.
We'll put the recipe in the description box, and she's gonna start with 1.5 cups of oat.
Oats. Okay, oat groats. And then I just want you to know, I'm gonna tell you what I'm putting it in today, but I didn't even know what I was gonna put in it till I got here, because at home I have all my spices. You could put anything in there and it tastes delicious. So, what are we gonna do? Oh, we're going to add greens, any kind of greens. Yesterday, we were short on, this is spinach and kale. I don't know, because I'm going to put the corn.
Oh, okay.
We were short on spinach and kale, so Terry goes, I saved you some, and I said, no, use it for whatever he has, smoothies. And we used mixed vegetables. What was all in there? There was
frozen mixed vegetables. There was Brussels sprouts and
carrots,
mushrooms.
And I just threw that in. And you could put, depending on your pot, my pot home is just a tiny bit bigger than this. So Angel's going to give you measurements, but it's really, just swing it. It's fine.
So 2 to 2.5 cups of any kind of greens you like. Today, Mom's using spinach and kale.
My favorite part, sweet corn.
And my favorite part too.
Yeah.
I love sweet
Sometimes
corn.
when I'm home, I'll put fresh corn. I'll just cut fresh corn. But
delicious.
Either way is great.
One cup of frozen.
Now, Angel is definitely going to have to give you this information because I'm Italian, right?
So-
we just cooked. This is onion and garlic powder.
Yep, this one was onion powder that she just put in there. About a tablespoon, and that was
We'll have to measure. I don't know.
a couple teaspoons.
Okay,
of
so
garlic
I
powder.
love cheese. If you don't like nutritional yeast, don't use it. But what I do is I put the nutritional, because the first time I made it, I was like, oh, that'd be nice if it was a little cheesy. That's not that much.
No.
Anyway,
That was about 2 tablespoons.
we've been using Ratel, Angel. I don't know if you have the recipe up or on our app or somewhere. She makes queso. It's to die
It
for.
is.
If you've never had it or never made it, and it's so simple. I'm all about easy peasy. It is so simple. So Terry had some Ratel open the other day, so I put a couple spoonful of Ratel. I don't like hot food. I don't eat like really hot
Spicy,
food at all. But I like a little kick in this. So I put a little bit of what I have now is the what is it?
Nacho Spice?
Nacho Spice, yeah, nutritional
Nutritional
yeast. And I just put a little bit. I
That
don't
was
put a
about a
lot.
About a teaspoon, yeah.
Yeah.
And the Rotel, in case you're in another country or you don't know what Rotel is, the Rotel is just chopped tomatoes and chilies. So it's something that
In a
you can
can.
use in a can.
Yeah.
It has a little bit of heat to it, but it's just tomatoes and chilies. And it's good for chili
You've gotta
or
make
anything
the
like
queso.
that.
The
yeah.
queso is to die for.
So
Okay,
about
so
1
then
teaspoon of the
we use.
nacho
I like this Mrs. Dash's everything but bagel. I don't think they say everything.
This is
but bagel.
everything
They call
but
it
salt.
everything but
But
salt.
salt, yeah.
And there's no salt in it, just for some kind of seasoning.
Wow,
A
man,
little bit of that.
That looks yummy.
Delicious.
That looks yummy already.
About 1 teaspoon of everything but salt.
And then I'm gonna put the Better Than Bouillon, low sodium chicken. And I love this. This is really what seasons it. Oh, let me tell you, when I make it home, I didn't have any of this in the refrigerator. I did have some in the cabinet, but I just went right to the fridge and the first time I did it. So at home I used the Better Than Bouillon, low sodium
Veggie.
beef.
Oh, beef.
And I didn't use the chicken. So the first time I made it here the other day, I said, Angel, you have the beef? And she's like, yeah. And I said, oh, well, here's she goes, chicken. So then I found the chicken. I said, well, let me try it with chicken, because I'm open to anything. This stuff, you can't hurt it. You can't make it bad.
Right.
And then today, when I was pulling out stuff for you, I decided I was going to put a little turmeric in it just to see what happens. Just to make it a little healthier, not too much turmeric.
Yep, turmeric, that was about 1/4 of a teaspoon, but it's great for health,
Yeah,
right?
excellent for health.
Okay, so then Angel measured this today. I usually just bring it over to the water machine and push the buttons until it's full. But what did you get, Angel?
I got 3.5 cups. I filled that up with 3.5 cups
We'll
of
see.
water.
Three and a
See
half
if I
cups.
put too much stuff in here. Oh, look, it's perfect.
3.5
There you
cups
go.
of water. I have
There
to
you go.
measure because I want to make sure that you can get the recipe. So I'm
Right.
calculating all of these ingredients in my head to make
Right.
sure that we can get it to you correctly.
And it's like it's full. It's at the perfect
I've
height.
just never seen. My niece Briella came here with my mom, and she does so good. She's not plant-based, but she does so
She
good. And
tries
eats-
everything.
She
and
eats the way we do. Nothing is yuck. Oh, and oh, that's good, Aunt Angel and Uncle Terry.
And she's
you know.
13 and she's that
She
way.
is.
Exactly,
Oh
exactly.
my
Absolutely
God, bless
so
her.
open.
Yeah.
I got
just
her
so
eating fruit for breakfast. I
Yes.
told her I don't care what you do the rest of the day, but starting your day off without a lot of fat and sugar and some of those breakfast foods that
really helps you get this
it really helps you
get the day started and
her
get going,
energy
right?
and stuff.
Yeah.
So even she
Yeah.
said she felt better and more vibrant. So it's just, even little tiny things that you can instill in people, and if they're open about it, like my niece, it's really a beautiful thing.
Absolutely, it really
You know.
is.
Okay, so what we're going to do, because Angel wants me to talk.
I want her to tell you about her last 3 years. I think she's so inspirational.
And they've
my
been
God.
amazing.
Okay,
They've been
so
amazing.
what I do is I just kind of hang out and watch it a little bit till it starts to boil. And then I turn it down low and
I'll
put
watch it,
a
Mom.
lid on it. And it's about I don't know, 25 minutes. And that's it. It is so delicious. And you can, like I said, if you like different kind of spices, you can put anything in this because the oat groats are nothing but healthy, but they have no flavor. So you can just flavor it. And I love putting the greens in there, but yesterday it was delicious. The only thing I did was cut up the Brussels sprouts because, you know, they were a nice size, and I just cut them. And it was good, right, Bree? Yeah, everybody ate it. My little great-grandson, almost 2, he ate it.
Oh my God, he
He
loved
comes
it.
in, when he comes here almost every day, he comes in about, what, to 11 or 12, whenever he gets here, and he hears it, smells it cooking on the stove.
Because the aroma, the
He's
whole
so
house
funny.
smells like if somebody made some incredible, like hearty soup.
Yes.
I can't explain the
Yes.
smell,
No,
but
it does.
it actually makes you hungry. The
Yeah.
smell makes you hungry. So I can see why he does that. I mean, out of the mouths of babes, he's
Yeah.
20 months old, and as soon as he smells it, he just says, So imagine that, it doesn't get any more real than that. Okay, so
Okay.
Mom,
Give us an
talk to
update.
us about, so I'm always very sensitive about my mom's age because I'm sensitive about age too. And really, honestly, age is a number that labels us or something on a calendar. We really have to how we feel. So I'm almost 52. So you figure out how old my mom is.
You're almost
But-
62.
52.
Oh,
Are
I
you
thought you said 62.
Yeah.
I'm like, 52.
I'm almost 52 years old, and this is my mom, and I have an older sister. But I just want you and Mom to talk about your journey,
Yes.
whole food, plant-based. Has it been
Amazing.
a difficult or a challenge? Well, I guess I didn't even get the question
No.
out. It's been
amazing. I
It's been
told
3
y'all.
years.
3 whole years.
I told y'all this when Angel first called me on the phone. I still remember like it was yesterday. He's like, "We're going whole food plant based," and I'm like, "We're what?" You know, because she's the pioneer and she's the scientist and everything. And I'm like, "We're gonna do what?" And I was in Texas, and my eyes, I'm sure, were rolling. And then I said, "Well, I got some tuna steaks in the freezer. You know, I need to finish those up. I don't want to waste them." And by the time she told me a couple things, she goes, "But Mom, you can eat all the fruit you can eat, or you can eat all the fruit you want." I said, "I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in." That's all it took.
We got to go for the soft
Which
spot.
which brings us to today. I mean, fast forward, it's none of it. The first couple weeks were rough because I didn't really understand it enough. I mean, I jumped right in, both feet, didn't know nothing. Angel had all the information. It was great. I could call her, but she wasn't there to like help me cook through it and all. So the first couple weeks were rough. It was just like, what the hell am I going to eat? What the heck am I going to eat?
It's okay.
And so it was, you know, it just, but once I
But
got
the
on
point
a
is
roll.
she's stuck in there. I want to say something about that.
Yes.
She's calling me. I'm 1,600 miles away saying, "You're there cooking for Terry. He doesn't even have to think." Because in the beginning, first couple of months, I did cook everything for Terry to make sure that he stayed on track, just trying to get his health. And then it was so important with Mom because she was so restrictive, insisting that she wasn't going to be on prescription medication. So just restricting food that she ate and being hungry so that she didn't have to take prescription medications. But she was calling me. The point I'm trying to make is when she got up in the morning, she stuck with her purpose
Yes,
and her
exactly.
conviction. Even though she didn't have anything to eat or she felt like she was hungry, she stuck with her purpose.
Exactly.
And that's so important for everybody.
it is.
I was driven.
You have
It
to
is.
get up and be, today I'm doing this, and then do it again
Have
tomorrow.
a goal,
and
be
tomorrow.
focused. To your
Yes.
point, I had a roadmap. You were there with me, walked me through it.
But that was
Mom,
hard for Mom.
right?
She
But
lives
Mom
in an
was
environment where other people are not whole food
exactly.
plant-based.
And I
Exactly.
did have diabetes for many years where I would take half of metformin because I was not going to take medication. I was hell bent on trying to find somebody. I would go online as like, I can't believe I never ran across Dr. Essie or any of these people that I know about today. Me and Angel do it all the time. We watch it, it's like, God, if somebody would have told me this when I was in my 20s, I would have done it because I was a hippie. And this is like the kind of...
She was a hippie. She is a hippie.
Yeah, I love it. I'm proud of that.
That's right.
But it's just so basic. And what I could have done for Angel and her sister and, you know, the same thing when she's thinking about her kids and just, anyway, you can't just, you know, you can look back but don't stare. Anyway,
Right.
so fast forward again, they were giving me diabetes medicine. I was cutting the metformin in half. It wasn't doing anything. But I was determined I was really going to find something that was going to reverse it. So then I did find a woman in Plano, and after searching for a couple years, and she worked with us online way before Zoom was even popular, and it was really restrictive. Oh my goodness. But she reversed my diabetes. She started me that way. I mean, where you ate a piece of protein as big as your hand.
What they call protein.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was restrictive. It had to be less than 1,000 calories. But you know, and then but right out of the doctor's office, when they sent me to a nutritionist, which we were just talking about this morning. Oh, you know, fruit was like the devil. And to find out all these years later, fruit isn't the devil. Fat is the devil.
Right.
Because I eat more fruit now than anything. So anyway,
blood
once I
sugar
got
is
on my blood
beautiful.
sugar, yeah, it's great.
Yes.
I've
And we're so blessed.
We're so blessed.
We're so
I mean,
blessed.
to be able to have my mom.
Can I tell them?
Yeah.
We're so blessed.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was hoping you would talk about
Yeah.
that and feel comfortable.
Yeah. So 6 weeks. Today's Friday.
Yeah.
Today
Yeah.
is Friday, yes.
6 weeks today. I slipped on my workout ball going into the restroom. I'm not crying because it's great. I sent Dennis out to get some, to get me some golden beets. So he was gone. And I guess I was moving pretty fast when I fell on the ball. And then I didn't see the ball go in the restroom where I was going. And then the second time it got me. Coming when we came home from the hospital the next day, Terry did kill the ball. So anyway, I was on the floor for a couple hours. It was really, and it was bad. It was really bad. But I was thankful because my legs were still moving. I wasn't bleeding from anywhere. But I ended up, I broke my, what is this called?
Your femur.
No.
No, your femur's in your leg.
No,
your humerus.
Humerus.
It's
yeah.
not humorous though.
Yeah. Anyway,
So I
but I
don't
broke
know if
it
they can
this
see
way. I broke it long ways. Well, they don't need to see the
she
scar,
has
but the point was I couldn't roll. I couldn't do anything because, and I didn't have my phone with me, and I'm being old. You don't think about yelling at Siri because she was sitting on the end of my desk. Anyway, that part was very traumatic. But I was very lucky. They couldn't get me. They had to take me out. But it was cut from here to here, broken. So they immediately took me into surgery the next morning, and he said, "Well, you're going to have a scar, but you know, let me tell you what. Everybody in that hospital, from the time I went through the door, I'm like, but I'm whole food, plant-based. I'm whole food. I must have told. They were laughing at me because I told everybody because I didn't want them thinking, here's this 70-some-year-old woman." You know, with a broken arm, she's never going to walk it or whatever they were thinking. I didn't want them to think that. I have made such a miraculous recovery thanks to Angel and Terry flew there, my other daughter Lisa and Julio and the kids, everybody. I was very blessed to have everybody around, but I was bound and determined. I was out of the sling the first week.
Yeah. Yep.
So anyway, the point, I'm sorry, I got off on that because
Very
my
important.
blood sugar went up to 130 because of the drama. You know, I was hardly eating anything. The scale dropped nice, but my blood sugar was crazy, and I know how stress does that. And I skipped the part about where
I wanted to
raw.
say about the sling that when she was in that sling, they were telling her before she left the hospital, because she left the hospital, she had the surgery
Friday morning.
and she left the hospital
Friday night.
Okay.
Friday after.
She was like,
we were
I'm
still
out of here. I want to go home. So we went to the house, and that's where we stayed. And it took her 4 days to get me out of her bed. She was like, Angel, I'm good. Took her 4 days, and she was quite successful after 4 days.
Yeah.
But they wanted her to do what she was saying. They think I'm an old lady, and I'm plant-based. She had a lot of conviction around it. And so
Yes.
she was doing all of these exercises
We have a pool, and I was going in the pool like this, and I started doing
it was
that. I think y'all know that I do Zumba Gold for people that are older, and I was doing the stretch and tone class like a week after, 2 weeks after, and my range of motion is incredible. I finally went to PT about the 4th week.
Like maybe after the 4th.
Oh my God. They could have talked to me the first week I was out of the hospital, and what they were trying to have me do would have made more sense. But anyway, they're only trying to be helpful, but I was so far past that.
Right.
So, I mean, living whole food plant-based is crazy, fantastic. It's so good for your health.
So your recovery was just super
my
accelerated.
recovery was crazy. And
Super
so
accelerated.
Her doctor wasn't.
Yes, I went to see the doctor last Wednesday before I came here, because I was supposed to come here that Friday I got operated on. I was supposed to come here that Saturday, but obviously that didn't happen. The doctor's like, oh my God. And I said, you're a miracle, man. He's like, no, you're a great patient. I said, but I'm whole food plant-based. Anyway, I did raw. When I came to visit before, I started doing raw with Angel, because it was like, no way I can do this on my own.
For 3 weeks.
It's really cool. It's really cool. I was here for 3 weeks. So then I took it home with me. What can I say about raw? Raw is a lot of work. To me, it was a lot of prep. Not knowing, again, kind of like whole food plant-based. You know, it's just like you don't know where to go, where to start. So I like being like Terry, high raw. And the best part of being raw is mono meals. I can sit and eat a watermelon, a whole watermelon, and my blood sugar goes down. So there you are for the dietitians or whatever those people were that have a degree in telling me how to lower my diabetes. It's just gone right down, and I'm eating fruit like crazy.
But
anyway,
she trusted me, because she said, Angel, should I be eating all that fruit? And I said, Mom, you got to trust the process, because it's really the fat, and we got to, because we all have a mental model. I have my own mental model. And she said, okay, I'm going to trust it, because we've been so healthy so far. And she trusted it, and she's like, my blood sugar is insane, like a young person. So it goes to show you that how it works. So she has incorporated the raw, a lot of the dressings.
Yeah.
And you're high raw like me,
Ma.
Ma.
The option, yes. High raw. I'm a little bit higher than Terry, but that means you eat a little more. But I do love
A little bit lower, yeah.
Oh, lower. Okay. A little bit lower. Well, I'm shorter than him, so I'm lower.
That works out perfect.
Oh my God. So things like this I was really missing. I said to Angel when I got home, I wanted a pot of something so bad hot, whether it was soup or whatever it was. So I've kind of incorporated a little bit of everything, but the point is, it's never too late. It's never too late. It doesn't matter. I wish, you wish in one hand and you know what in the other. But I did wish I did start younger. I wish I would have known. I would have Googled the right thing. They didn't even have Google when I was looking. But I did, and I feel blessed and fortunate. And I know by this injury, I know how I feel, but this to me is complete evidence.
It validated it, absolutely.
The way I recovered, and being in the pool after 2 weeks, being able to do the stretch and tone class, and just knowing every day, how this arm is moving. It's crazy.
It's a miracle.
And
6 weeks.
It's
a miracle. 6 weeks.
Her back and her arms and her legs.
Yes.
I think about Terry's mom. God rest her soul, how she was around Mom's age when she originally injured herself, and it just sent her to her bed, and she never got out of her bed.
Never did.
Well, just like sending you to PT, going back to, and I don't want to down doctors, but a lot of them, I felt better telling them I was whole food plant-based, but you could see them rolling their eyes. Like, they're just not trained. Yeah. They don't understand the impact unless you live it, unless you feel it. You know how your body feels after a couple days.
Right.
It's just crazy. So I'm so blessed that I was given the opportunity to eat raw, just raw. And now I'm trying to incorporate the two of them. What works for my lifestyle I'd love to have the figure like Angel, but I don't. I still eat a little bit too many desserts, but they are all whole food, plant-based, or raw. They just may be a little bit too many, but it's
not
still
about that. It's about the
yes,
health.
Exactly.
Yes. And I feel fantastic, and I just I feel so blessed to be given this opportunity.
And we feel so blessed, right, babe? We feel so blessed to have Mom here.
We're so lucky, and I guess the point I was going to try to make, honey, is that no matter what you do in this lifestyle, whole food, plant-based, you know, not so much junk food, because we can be junk food vegans or, you know, have a lot of processed food, but all three of us, we all eat a little bit differently, but the core of what we do is plant-based. We don't eat processed food. None of us eat processed food. We really watch salt. We don't eat sugar. So the core of what the three of us do is all the same. And you see the vibrance. And like when Mom was doing raw, she was like, I do feel that vibration, because there's a certain vibration that you get. And she felt all that kind of stuff. And Terry just keeps moving further and further and further towards more raw foods, just because he loves that vibration and the way it feels.
Right, so I'm really high raw.
But I think the whole point is to be, go ahead, honey.
No, I was going to say, just knowing, you know, the injury that Mom suffered and us seeing what she was going through, again, 6 weeks ago, and to see her here today, where she is, and the recovery that she's made and the rebound that she's made. Again, it's truly remarkable, because I can tell you, you know, when my mom, unfortunately, God rest her soul, when she injured herself, I know for a fact, had she, you know, been on more of a whole food, plant-based diet or whole food period, she would have made a speedy recovery and would be with us today. I just know for a fact. So
You just don't know. You just don't know.
And we didn't know.
You know, it's so suppressed. I don't have to tell you guys. It's so suppressed by all the big pharma companies and all the, you know, Kellogg's and whoever, you know, they don't want, they really don't own the meat and dairy, you know, and God bless them. They have a place in this earth. I'm not sure what, but they shouldn't overpower people that really want to do well. The one other thing I wanted to say was, if you look kind of like, just like you don't know what to eat at first, the thing that was a little tough for me is the social aspect. So I have friends who are vegan, who eat a little bit different than me. Their parameters are looser. But, you know, when we go away in the wintertime, we go to somewhere tropical, South Padre, and I have girlfriends down there that we go out to eat all the time. We spend a lot of time together. So it's like, they're very mindful, and I cook a lot for them, and they love it, and they do things for me, and works out great. But we wanted to find places because you want to be social. In the scheme of things, you really want to be able to go out to eat. And with Dennis, it was, so if you look hard enough, we found the best, and close to where we live, Italian restaurant where they have vegan options marked on the pastas, so you know for sure they're not made with eggs or anything. They have vegan sauces, no oils and stuff. And the only thing you may have a little bit too much of when you go there, so you're not going to go like, you know, twice a week or anything, but probably a little bit of sodium. But it's so nice to be able to go socially out with people and do things with people. And so it's just a matter, I guess, of digging. It's not, it doesn't have to be that, you know, you're in your own little parameter over here and nobody knows, you know, oh, what are you eating? What are you doing? You want to, because it is normal. It's better than normal. It's not normal. It's better than normal because that's the way you're feeling. But you can't make people do what they don't want to do. So I never preach. I mean, it sounds like I'm preaching to you, but obviously you're here, so you're part of the journey. Yeah, so as Angel does it to me, and it makes me feel better and better and better, and every year just gets more amazing. So I'm going to get off my soapbox now.
That's so fun.
And I'm so
and thank you for sharing, Bob,
happy.
because people want to hear, they want to know, and they can relate.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. So I want one more easy. I'm here for another week. I want one more easy peasy recipe that I really love. I'm going to share with you, hopefully.
Yeah,
With,
absolutely.
with them,
We'll make
and
sure.
we'll do one more, and I
Oh
won't
my
have to
gosh.
go through all.
Well,
of it.
how's your porridge doing?
It's doing great.
I don't know if
Oh, did anybody look at a clock? That's the only.
Yeah, I did. You probably have another 10 minutes or so, 10 or
Okay.
11 minutes.
All right. Well, maybe how about if we take a little bit of an intermission, because we do want you all to see how thick this gets.
Yes.
And how
Almost
hearty.
there.
It's like it's not like a soup. It's more like a stew. Very
yes.
hearty.
Porridge.
Yes,
Porridge.
porridge. So
Yes.
it's thick and warm, and the ingredients in there are just so wholesome. Talk about food as medicine, right?
Yeah.
So I obviously don't taste it, but I just get like high off the smell. The smell is just intoxicating, and I love seeing my niece and my grandson, my mother, Terry, enjoy it. So we will take a little tiny intermission because I think it's important that you see how thick and beautiful it is.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
So let's come right back in a few
All right,
minutes.
we'll see you in a
We'll
bit.
see in a little bit.
Okay, we are back.
And it's only been maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
that's
Maybe
it.
5 minutes.
Look
And
at this.
Mom, you want to walk it up to the camera, or I can do it? I
Yeah,
don't
you
want
better.
to,
Yeah. Even with two good arms, that's not a smart thing. Can they see it?
Pretty. Look how thick it is.
And it'll get thicker as it sits.
And it
too.
smells delicious.
The smell is.
Smells
Don't you wish
delicious.
they had
Intoxicating.
smell on a camera?
Yes.
I've been saying
So,
that for years. Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
gonna dip some out here for Mom, and I'm gonna dip some out here for Terry.
All right.
And they are gonna do a salute for you. Here you go, honey. Oh, Mom, sorry. Here's your spoon, Mom. And then there's a spoon for you,
Okay.
honey. You gotta do salute.
All right.
It smells so good. Honey, it's
Gonna blow on
hot.
Yeah, it's really hot.
Salud.
Salud. It's just, we know it's absolutely magnificent.
Wow.
Just hearty,
so
right?
good.
So hearty. So
And it'll
good.
just get thicker. There's a little bit of broth in it now, so what I usually do is take the lid off and sit about 10 minutes if everybody, maybe if the baby's really hungry.
Perfect.
But then when you go back for the second serving,
Perfect blend, Ma. With the corn,
What
The
does it
kale, the
taste like
spinach.
to you, honey?
porridge.
Yeah. Well, there you go. It
Tastes like porridge if you've ever had porridge, but whole food plant-based porridge, right? So this is delicious.
But it's just, it's been such a crowd pleaser. It's been rainy in Pennsylvania for the past 4 days. And wow, what a crowd pleaser this has been.
Winner, Ma.
Everybody.
Winner, winner.
So
Wow.
beautiful
Amazing.
job. I want you all to make this just to smell it.
You got
You gotta smell it.
Oh my God, it's
Unbelievable.
delicious.
So thank you, Mom, for being
Thank you
here.
so much.
Oh, thank you
for
guys.
being healthy.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
when I come back, I'm probably coming back with a dessert.
Okay.
Heads up.
So stay tuned for a dessert.
Okay,
Yummy.
now you can do your
All
thing.
right.
All right. If you like this video,
Subscribe below.
like this video. And if you like us, please subscribe.
Yep.
Please subscribe. So
I
we
love
do this
that.
for you. We love you guys, and
Love
we
you.
can't wait to bring back more content. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.